So start on your backs with the soles of the feet together. Anchor the arches of your feet and let your thighs drop open. Turn your palms open, or you can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. You can look at the ceiling and just pick a spot to focus on, or you can just simply find eyes closed. There we go. Yeah, so if you can, bring the soles of your feet just together, like a little butterfly. There you go. Press the feet together. And then let your inner thighs just drop open. And just feel the rise and the fall of your inhalation and your exhalation. And sometimes you notice it's really hard to get quiet. It's really hard to get still. That's okay. Morning. We're starting on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. Whenever you're set up, you can join us. Good. Just take a couple more cycles of breath. Allow yourself to feel the practice this morning. Allow yourself to modify if you need to. Allow yourself to do more. If you feel like you need more, you add extra push-ups today. Anchor the soles of the feet into the floor. Make a little mountain with your legs. Yeah, so it looks like you're going to go to bridge. Draw the arms up, lift the upper shoulders. It's going to look like this. It's a little Pilates roll up. Your feet are about hips width distance this morning. Press really firm into the arches of your feet and really just drive your lower back into the mat. Keep your neck long. If your neck feels sensitive, you can always have your hands behind your head for a little support. But all I need you to do is scoop out your belly and hold. Good. Just hold. Hold on the lift and maintain stability there. Keep pressing your feet down into the ground. We just started. No worries. We're paused in a little Pilates roll up. Stay with it. Keep the flow of the breath. Good. On the exhale breath, lower down. Here we go. You're going to pull yourself up. You're going to pause and hold. Anchor strong to the top, the arches of your feet, the outer blades of your feet, and make sure your thighs are moving directly forward. Keep your right leg down. Have your right hand on your right quadricep, anywhere on your right thigh. Keep reaching your left arm forward. Lift your left leg straight up towards the sky. So right hand, right thigh, left leg up towards the sky. Left arm reaches back. Pause. Keep the lift of the upper shoulders. Left hand's going to tap the toe or somewhere near it. Left leg, left arm is going to hover the ground. You're going to lower. Pick a spot. Pull it up. Tap. So a few like this. Lower it down. Keep the lift of the shoulders. Pull it up. Lower it down. 3 more. Pull it up. Lower it down. Try and move on the exhale breath. Lift it up. Lower it down. 1 more. Lift it straight up. Good. Reach the left arm forward. Lower the left foot down to the ground. Reach both arms forward and scoop it up. Hold. Good. Exhale the breath. Let it go. You start to feel. Pull yourself up. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Left hand some on the left thigh. Right leg straight towards the sky. That rhymed. Right arm reaches back. Pause. Right hand, right big toe. Lower and hold. Pull it back up. Tap. Move slow so you can feel. Lower it down. On the exhale breath, lift it up. Lower it down. On the exhale breath, lift it up. Good. Keep going. Lower it down. Lift it up. 3 more. Lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Do 1 more because we can. Lower it down. Lift it up. Pause. Reach the right arm forward. Rebend the right leg. Pull everything up. Exhale the breath. Let it go. Hug the knees. Rock and roll. Yeah. Cross the ankles. Step to a tabletop position for a brief moment. Yeah. Anchor the hands. Look forward with your eyes. I like to do tabletop with my toes curled. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply. Press down and look in. Go like that. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Sink the spine and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Come to flat back tabletop position. Extend your right leg back, pause. So the right leg curls into the mat. The toes are pretty firm with quadricep engaged. Left leg joins, plank. If this is too much this morning, you just drop your knees and you hang here. Lead with your chest a little bit. Anchor through your hands, your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. Your outer arms hug in. Quadriceps engaged. Drive down into the mat, engage the navel to the back of the spine, and lead with your heart and chest. Arms are straight, legs are straight, hips up and back, first dog. Yeah, so for your first downward facing dog, take up as much space as you need on your mat this morning. And being that it's about 20 degrees here in New Jersey, yeah, bend behind your knees as much as you need. So your hips lift way up off your shoulders this morning. And pay attention to your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger as you plug down into the mat. Your outer arms hug in. And then once you think you found your like spot, you're not perfect down dog, but a down dog that feels a little bit more like what your body needs right now, pause there. Things are heating up. Sweatshirts are off. There we go. It's a good thing you had an undershirt on. I mean, you're at home in your house, you just never know. Imagine you'd be like, oh, hi guys. It's good to laugh. Yeah. Roll forward to plank, from your down dog to plank. Yeah. Lead with your chest. Fix your eyes on the front skinny edge of your mat. Everyone drop their knees, and I want your knees a little behind you. Perfect. Keep the toes curled into the mat. Keep the toes curled. Perfect. Lower halfway right here to a supported push-up. Yeah, supported push-up, no more than halfway. Even 2-3 inches is a good spot. Re-straighten your arms for a supported plank and pause. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving and lower very, very slow to a supported push-up. Very, very slow to a supported push-up. Feel everything that you're doing and then re-straighten your arms to a supported plank. Good, try it again, lower halfway, supported push-up, nice and slow, lots of good control. Press back up, supported plank, lift the knees, plank position, pause. Halfway to a regular push-up or just a baby push-up if that's what you're taking today. Now lead with your heart and chest for an up dog or baby cobra, depending on what your lower back sensitivity is. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full exhale breath out. So you can incorporate supported push-ups, no push-ups, up dogs, no up dogs. Look to the top of the mat, step to get there this morning. Arrive nice and slow. Long spine when you arrive. Weight is definitely forward into the balls of your feet. Hands can also rest to your shins if you need. Exhale, fold into yourself. Try that again. Inhale, create some space for yourself. Hands press firm into the ground or hands to the shins. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up, anchor yourself, reach big through your arms, drag your hands to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Good, so from the top of the mat, arms sweep straight up towards the sky, look up a little, dive over those bent knees, forward fold, let your weight pull you forward. Come to the fingertips, prepare, take a big step back with your right foot, pause for a second, activate your hands, and then let the left leg join in plank. Do it nice and slow. Then lower halfway to your version of a push-up. Then drag through for your version of an up dog baby cobra. Press firm through your hands. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. Just take 2 big steps to get there this morning, even if you feel a little springy. Once you arrive, go right into the long spine. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise. Go big. Yeah. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms sweep straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your weight pull you forward. Come to the fingertips and prepare you. Step your left foot straight back.
or if I think I said the left, the right foot. Yeah, so go with the opposite. Plant your hands, plug down, and then slide back to plank. Do it nice and slow. That was great. Halfway to a push-up or your version. Slow and steady into your version of a back bend, up dog. Press firm through your hands. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So the whole practice is designed to be deliberate, but the beginning, it's really important to really just kind of tune into what's happening in your body so you can make the necessary arrangements for yourself so this feels good. Look to the top of the mat, step or float to the top to get there nice and light. Long spine when you arrive, weight is forward, exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up, go big. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Here we go. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, look up a little. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare. Plant your palms, take 2 deliberate steps back to a plank. Then lower to your push-up. Drag yourself through your up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet there. Get there light. Long spine, keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Arms slide straight up, look up. One more. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare. Step or float at this point through your version of a vinyasa. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Good. Roll forward to plank. Hug your right knee straight in towards your navel. You can always do this with hips lifted a little higher if you need to, but the idea is to have your arms straight up and down, scoop out your belly, look forward with your eyes. Give it a little bit more love. Land your right foot all the way forward and through. So a really big step, walk the right foot a little to the right, be on your fingertips, anchor strong through your legs, and then come up with control, crescent lunge. Your arms are going up, the lower half of the body is going down, your back leg is engaged and strong. Bend deep into the standing right thigh. On the inhale breath, straighten your right leg on track, but pause as you do it so you feel. The right leg goes straight. On the exhale breath, bend deeply into your right leg. Good. On the inhale breath, straighten your right leg on track. Do it again. On the exhale breath, bend deeply into your front thigh. One more. On the inhale breath, straight and slow. Feel your outer hips hug in. On the exhale breath, bend deeply into your front thigh. Arms are now going to reach straight forward. Pause. Wrap your left arm underneath your right. Rather than yanking down, lift the elbows up. You can always give a bear hug. Step into eagle as early on. Wrap the left thigh around the right thigh. Do the best that you can. Move your hips way back and your knees forward. Lift the elbows up. Get heavy in the standing right leg. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Sit a little deeper. Feel the weight in that standing right heel. Unravel just your arms to the sky like a chair pose. Focus on your standing right leg. Very slowly, feed the left leg back, warrior one. Do the best that you can. You have to kind of guide it back there. Steer the left ribs forward. Arms are moving up, lower half of the body is down. Straighten your right leg on track, about 3/4 of the way. Rebend the right thigh, get a little heavier there. Try it again. Straighten the right leg on track. Rebend the front thigh, back leg is strong. One more time, straighten the right leg, hug the hips in. Rebend the front thigh and pause. Hands to frame your front foot, plank. Hold plank or hold push-up chaturanga, you pick. Re-straighten your arms, plank position. Hug your left knee in, scoop out your belly. Arms are straight up and down, belly is nice and firm, back leg is strong. Step your left foot all the way forward and through. Come to your fingertips. Yeah, nice big long stance, back leg is super engaged, heavy in the front thigh, coming up crescent lunge. Take a second to rearrange. Arms are moving up, lower half the body is moving down. So keeping all that right. These look good. Straighten the left leg on track, do it really slow. You want to feel your outer hips hug in. And then keeping the back leg where it is, rebend the front thigh. Try that again. Slow movement, straighten the left leg on track. Rebend the front thigh, get a little heavier one more time. Straighten the left leg, feel it in your muscles. Rebend the front thigh, pause. Reach the arms straight forward like you're handing a tray. Wrap the right arm underneath. Pause there. So it's eagle in the arms or bear hug. Step the right leg up and around eagle. Yeah, may not be the prettiest transition. You try. Wrap the arms, wrap the legs. Get heavy in that standing left leg. Let your seat move way back. Steer the knees forward, get heavy in the lower half of the body. Look forward with your eyes. Fix your eyes on one spot, breathe, last couple. Squeeze the lower half of the body super tight, just unravel your arms. Focus on that standing left leg, keep it bent. Guide your right leg back, warrior one. Do the best that you can. Once you get back there, steer the right ribs forward. Let the energy of your arms move up. Straighten the left leg on track and pause. Feel the weight in your back leg. Yes. Rebend into your front left thigh, warrior one. Try it again. Inhale the breath, straighten the left leg on track, find space. Exhale, rebend. One more time, draw attention to the back leg as you do this. Straighten the left leg on track, rip the hips in. Rebend and pause, warrior one. Hands to the floor, move through a vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale, keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. You pick how it feels for your low back. Maybe the feet together, maybe a little separation. Either which way, the weight is heavy in the lower half of the body. It's in your heels, your shins are moving back, your neck is nice and neutral. Nice, Tracy. Yeah, shoot up to stand up, go to a standing position, drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms from the top. It sounds like a dance routine. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit deep into a chair. Weight goes strong into those heels. Exhale, forward fold over the legs, let it go, let the head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare, step or float through your version of the vinyasa. Upward facing, it's smooth, press firm through your hands and the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing. Step your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong, warrior one. For some reason you're nursing an injury and crescent feels better for the lower back, take that. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Move through a vinyasa or be aware if your body just needs to go back to dog and be there. Left foot lands, back foot turns. You're kind of on your own beat here. Yup, come on up, warrior one or crescent, depending on you. Hands come back down to the floor, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing, slides you through. Nice. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top, step or float your feet there, nice and light. Long spine when you arrive, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Sit deeply into chair, weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit again into chair. Dive over that knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips and prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. When you get to your down dog, land your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong, come on up to first warrior. The blade of your back foot is secure into the mat. Hands come down, vinyasa, or pause in down dog and regroup. The left foot lands on your own breath. Warrior one, come on up. Back down we go, nice and deliberate through your vinyasa. Meet in a downward facing dog. Exhale all the breath out. Anchor through your hands, your arms are nice and straight. Look where you want to go, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale, keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold. Sit again into chair, weight moves into your heels. Press to stand, drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit again into a chair. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float through your vinyasa. So less thinking and more feeling this morning. Just let your body and your mind kind of go. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. Back down we go through vinyasa. Left foot lands on your own beat, warrior one, come on up. Hands come back down, vinyasa or not. It's also okay just to be in the dog.
Let's do one more. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Nice and smooth, long spine, keep that weight forward, exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair, weight moves into your heels. Good, press up to stand. Yeah, drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go, arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit deep into chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, set yourself up here, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. These look good. Hands come back down, nice and seamless in your transitions, no jerky movements. Up dog is great. If you're taking it, press strong, hips up and back down dog. Left foot lands on your own breath, warrior one. Back down we go, chaturanga. Upward facing, point the toes. Hips up and back, downward facing. The right foot lands, the back foot turns, warrior one, and we hold. Yeah.
So you're in warrior one, and I keep telling you, if your lower back is sensitive, be less up and down and be a little bit more pitched forward. It's going to definitely take a little pressure off the lower spine. Feel free to play with that, okay? Drop your arms by your side body for a moment. Interlace your hands behind your back. They can be bent or they can be straight depending on the health of your shoulder. Inhale your breath, open the eyes of the shoulder, get heavy in the front leg, come forward for humble. Two ways to take humble. Stomach can just rest on the top of the thigh, or you can get in a little deeper. Right shoulder can snuggle to the inside of the right knee, but the whole front side of the body is going to be moving forward. Left leg is strong, so you're not opening your hips at all. Everything is neutral to the front edge of the mat. Find something that you know you can hold. We're here for a few good breaths. Grip your right hip in strong. Press firm through the outer blade of your back left foot. Breathe. Keep the neck nice and neutral if you're just in a kind of hovering position like I am. As we maintain the pose, the right hip wants to buckle out. So hug it in a little stronger and give a little bit more attention to the back left quadricep, around the left kneecap. Squeeze those little muscles. Hold. Come up about 2 inches off the top of the right thigh, or if you snuggled in, find that spot that you're hovering. Take your left hand to your left hip, slide your right arm out in front of you. Pause here, it's like we're shaking hands. Use a block and launch off for Ardha Chandrasana. The block moves forward enough that you can align the side ribs. The left arm can stack over the top of the right arm as you look up. Stack yourself neatly and nicely. Flex your left toes super strong. Soften behind the right knee if you feel like you're buckling into your joint. Grip your right hip in strong. Stay with it. If you want to add anything into this, you're welcome to. You can work on balancing. You can work on adding a Chopasana. We're staying for a few more breaths. Side body is long. Maintain your focus. Yes. And your breath. If you fall, just re-enter the pose. Any variations that you added in, meet in a regular half moon. Look to the floor, square your hips off, okay? Square your hips off. Land your feet together at the top of the mat and sit into a deep chair. Slide your hands to a prayer at heart. Inhale that breath, hook the elbow and twist to the right. You can air twist, yeah. You don't have to get in there deeply. You can just really work on the alignment of the body, the feet, the shins, and the knees, all lining up nicely. Side ribs nice and long. Look sideways or look up. Open up your arms if you want more, or just stay. Keeping the weight strong in your legs, pull around to chair. Keeping your arms moving up. Shoot up to stand up with the arms reaching high to the sky. So you're just in the strong, powerful Tadasana. Arms are going up. Draw the right knee in towards the navel just like this without touching it just yet. So just flex the right foot really strong. Reach for the outer part of that right thigh or the outside of that right foot. Revolved version of standing dancing Shiva. So the right arm goes back and the right leg goes forward, or this can be done with a bent knee. Standing leg raise dancing Shiva. The right leg moves forward, the right arm moves back. Look sideways or look back. Stand up a little bit taller. Yes, and see if you can look into your right hand, even if that right leg is just bent in half. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Everybody reach their arms nice and high. Rebend the right leg like we just were before. So you have a 90-degree angle. Keep the arms moving up. Slide your right leg back, warrior one. Take a big step back. Take a second to relocate your feet. Make sure everything's set up nicely. Drop your arms by your side body. Clasp your hands. Inhale your breath. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Come forward, humble warrior. So now meet the left side. Yes. Resting your stomach on your thigh or feeling that you want to go deeper, your shoulder can snuggle in, but the right side of the body must continue to move forward. You're not opening those hips. Everything's nice and squared off. You got it. Less is more for a lot of us. Grip the left hip in super strong. Press firm through your back leg. Stay with it. Couple more good breaths. Notice where you're holding on to energy that you don't need and where you need to apply a little bit more. Come up about 2 or 3 inches and just pause. You're hovering in the lower half of the body. Good. The left hand's going to come to your hip. Yeah, just for a second. Your right hand, sorry, is going to come to your hip. Your left arm is going to slide forward. So right hand on hip, left arm slides forward. Use a block, reach out, and move slow into your half moon. So move really slow into your half moon, stacking yourself up nicely here. gripping your left hip in super strong, and then opening it up nice and wide.
Yeah, add in what you feel that you need or take out what you feel you don't need. Make sure the block isn't too far forward, guys. Yes, maybe the bottom hand needs to drift up off the block. Maybe you want to catch the top foot. That looks good, Rima, in a little bind. Maybe it's just keeping it really, really simple today. Just working on lifting the leg and breathing. Stay with it. The imperfections of the pose make things interesting. If it was always super easy to get in, then there'll be no reason to do it. Release any variations that you took on. They may just happen automatically. How amazing that is. Look to the floor, square everything off first. Hands come down, then land your feet together at the top of the mat. They can have a little separation if that feels good. So just land your feet, Rima, at the top of the mat and sit into chair. That was last week's class. Haha. Chair pose. Get heavy in your legs. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath, hook the elbow and twist to the left. Yeah, you can air twist if the lower back is sensitive, but pay attention to the alignment. It's the most important part, keeping everything nice and squared away. This looks great. Keep the breath flowing. Maybe open up your arms if you want a little more. Look sideways and then look up. Keep the breath flowing as you maintain the last few breaths of this, where it gets the most challenging. Commit right here, strong in your legs, pull around to a chair. Really strong in the lower half of the body, really strong in the upper torso. Shoot up to stand up, but keep the energy moving up. Yeah, standing on your right leg, draw your left knee in without using your hands. Just do this much. So the arms are driving up, the right leg is super strong, and the left leg is engaged and flexed. The right hand wraps to the outside of that left thigh, or maybe reaches down and grabs the outside of the left foot. The left arm wraps back, so it can look even like this. Extend the left leg forward. You can do it with a bent leg, you can do it with a half bent leg, you can go all the way forward with that standing leg. Look sideways or look back. Yes, the goal is to eventually look into that back hand. Flex those toes a little more, Mariana. You're going to get a little bit more action from that psoas to keep that core nice and engaged. Stand up a little taller, twist a little bit deeper. Last 3 breaths. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Keep the lift of the leg, look forward with your eyes. Keep the arms moving up, rebend the left leg so it's at a 90-degree angle. This time, guide your left leg back, crescent lunge. Just do your best. Walk the right foot a little to the right. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean out, hook the elbow, and twist. You can always drop your back knee if you like. Let the spine stay very, very long. Crown of the head lines up with the back left heel. Grip your right hip in super strong and get in there. So what we don't want in this pose is a rounded spine. Yeah. You got it. Lean back a little bit more, grip your right hip in a little stronger, and squeeze all the muscles around your back left kneecap as you ride out the exhale breath a little bit longer. Look down, place both hands to frame your front foot, pause. Good. Walk your back foot in enough that you can straighten out both your legs. So it's about a 3-foot stance between your 2 feet. Come to your fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. Iron out the feet so it feels good for you. Setting up for twisting triangle. Right hand on your hip. Left arm extends up. Come halfway down.
Come the rest of the way down for your twisting triangle. I like using a block to the instep of the foot. Right hand can move to the flat part of the back as you peel open. If the block isn't available today, hand to your shin, press firm, lengthen and twist. Feel like your hips are being moved backwards by someone, like they're being yanked towards the back of the mat. And then stack yourself open here and twist. Allow your breath to move you in the pose as you peel open. Look sideways, maybe look up. Stay with it, couple more. On the next exhale breath, fold over your right leg and just let it go. So just let your body just drape over the front of that right thigh. Let your head down and breathe. Move the block forward, place both hands to the floor, step to a plank. Yeah, lean on your right hand for Vashisthasana side plank. Any variation here, guys, is great. You can drop to your forearm. I'm showing this one right here that your feet are stacked, but you can align them on top of one another. You can align it in front. You can drop the bottom knee. You can come down to the forearm. Lift from your bottom hip to move the energy to your top hip. Stack the arms on top of one another and look up. Lift a little bit higher, give it a little bit more love. Plank position, do it slow. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. So just moving from the back of the mat. Guide your left foot forward, crescent lunge. So arrive in the crescent lunge. Your arms are nice and high. The lower half of the body is moving down. Slide your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath, lean out, hook the elbow and twist. Rip your left hip in strong, activate strong through your back leg. Yeah, it's like a plank position, your back leg. Or you can drop your knee. I like doing it this way too. Yeah, so just a few things, just always reminding you that the spine is long in this pose. The crown of the head wants to line up with that back heel. There's a sensation that you need to lean back a little in order to do that. And then you get to a spot that's just challenging enough to hold. Right, just kind of finding that spot that you're like, okay, I could give up now, or I could stay for another few breaths and work on a muscular level. Twist a little deeper. Look to the floor, place both hands down, pause for a second. So you kind of have to step your back foot in and then at the same time straighten your front leg. So it's like a short down, it's like a short warrior one. Once you arrange your feet, bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up and then come the rest of the way up. So the left foot is the forward foot. The left hand stays on your hip, right arm extends up. Find lots of good extension from that back leg. Come halfway down, steer the left hip back and then reach out, find your block or your shin and set up for twisting triangle. Personally, I like my hand on the low back, my low back. And that kind of guides me into making sure that everything is nice and aligned. And then I can move on. Anchor through your feet, through your legs, through your outer hips. And then maybe you can stack your left arm up. Look sideways, maybe look up. And then breathe. So you want to feel like your collarbone and your chest get this great opening, while the lower half of the body has this fabulous stability. Press strong through your legs. And then just connect to powerful breathing as you hold the pose. Twist a little deeper. Exhale your breath, fold over your left leg, just fold evenly and let it go, let your head go. Plant your hands directly to the ground, step to a plank, and then lean on your left hand for Vashisthasana side plank, any variation. Stagger your feet, drop to your forearm. That looks great. Your hand, your top arm can even be on your hip. If you feel like, it's taking you out a little, but lift your bottom hip slightly higher and then look up. Another big breath in, stay with it. Plank position, guys, plank position. You're in plank position, drop to your forearms for forearm plank, Yeah, give it a try. So a lot of times what happens when you go from plank to forearm plank is your elbows kind of wing out. Bring your elbows in a little closer. I actually like to use a block in between my hands, and I'll show you, because it kind of keeps me aligned, it keeps me in check. So I hug the block with my hands, and it looks like this. For some reason, this is too intense for you today. Just simply drop your knees. You can still work your core like this. Press your hands firm into the block and hold. Ride out the exhale breath. Crown of the head moves forward. Breathe. Outer triceps grip in, belly draws in. Good. Kind of push the block out. Palms go flat. One hand and then the other to a plank position. Give it a whirl. Hips up and back, down dog. From your down dog, land your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a side angle and cartwheel open warrior two. So we haven't been to warrior two yet, or open hips. Wrap the inner right thigh open. Spread the arms nice and wide. Good. Just a few breaths here. And rather than struggling with the arms nice and open like this today, wrap your left arm underneath your right arm and find some space here. Focus on lengthening your tailbone down, straightening out your side ribs, close your eyes and breathe. So kind of find harmony with the pose. Grip your right hip in strong and get a little heavier as you drop down. So keeping the solid foundation, just unravel your arms. Warrior two. Flip your palm and reverse the warrior. We're going to go right to a B variation. So bring your right hand down. I like a block to the instep of the foot and the left arm up. Lean back into the instep of the right thigh. Left hand can come to your hip, or you can wrap your left arm around for a half bind. Arm can also just rest in the top of the thigh like I'm demonstrating here in a half bind. Grip the right hip in strong. You may feel a little bit more open and feel that you can experiment with a full bind today. If you can do that, remember, lean back, open up the chest and the heart. If not, half bind is just fine. Stay heavy on your legs. Unravel the left arm to the sky. Use the strength of your left arm and your left leg. Pull up warrior two. Warrior two. Straighten your right leg on track. Bring your hands to your hips. Pivot your right toes in. Good. Your hands can stay on your hips. You can clasp your hands behind your back. Anything goes here. Inhale your breath. Exhale. Come down the center for separate leg stretching. So clasp hands. You can have your palms directly in between the insteps of the feet as you fold. So a few things. If your head is touching the ground, your stance needs to be smaller, okay? Second, if you clasp your hands, you can just switch the grip and give the other grip a little chance. Third, if you're upside down and you're like, I kind of want to go up into a more of an inversion, this is the spot to do it. This is where we work into the upside down stuff. But just so you know, this is like doing upside down stuff. This is like doing a handstand, a shoulder stand, any of that stuff, a headstand, a tripod stand. It's creating the same illusion in your body. The heart, the head is lower than the heart. So if you clasp your hands, release them, place the hands directly underneath the shoulders, come to the fingertips, long spine, find lots of good extension, bring your hands to your hips, and then pull yourself up. So your arms are straight and your legs are straight. So open up your arms and open up your legs. And if you have only one block, you'll just kind of move it with you.
but I need you to turn your left toes out, just facing the back of the house, and find warrior two. So you don't even need to do a vinyasa, just turning it around. The left foot faces the back, the right leg turns in, and you're getting heavy in the lower half of the body. And then take the eagle arms here. So wrap that arm underneath, get heavy in the legs, and find eagle arms and close your eyes. Wrap the inner left thigh open and allow yourself to just feel. Side ribs long, straight up and down with the body. A few more breaths. Keeping the structure of the lower half of the body, just unravel your arms. Open up nice and wide. Warrior two. Keep the legs, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Go right to your B variation. So if you need to move your block, bring it with you. Left hand's gonna come down, right arm's gonna stack up. Lean the outside of the left tricep into the inside of the left arm. And then move on with the right arm. Maybe the hand slides to the hip, maybe it's able to wrap around, and you can create a half bind. Feel your heart, your chest, your collarbone, everything spread nice and open. Turn your bottom ribs and grip that left hip in super strong. Looks good, Trace. Breathe right here. Stay connected. Yep. If you took a half bind, unravel that top arm, do it slow. Use the strength of your top arm and your back leg to pull you up, warrior two. Look forward towards the back edge of the mat, circle the hands to frame that back foot. Take it through a vinyasa. You're not facing forward anymore. So if you're no longer facing the camera, be okay with that. So just face the back edge of the mat. It's good to have new perspective. Upward facing if you're taking. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right here facing whatever direction you are, slide your right knee forward, half pigeon. Yeah. And let your body, but more importantly, your mind just go. Free yourself of your thoughts. And then with that, your body gets to open. Drop down a little deeper. Stay in the trance, just switch sides. Just go right to the other side. You can go through a dog, you can go through a tabletop. If you got any other fancy transitions, you're welcome to take them. And then let your body readjust to this side. Make yourself comfortable enough that you can find what you need here. Couple more breaths, looks great. So pull your torso up, okay? Keep your left leg where it is and just swing your right leg around for a seated spine twist. So it just looks like this. Just stay facing the back of the mat for a sec. Right hand goes behind you. You can just give your right leg a little hug. This is great for the piriformis. Inhale the breath, lengthen up. Exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. Good. Pull around to center. Take this right leg and extend it out in front of you and grab the base of your foot. So it looks like this. For some reason, having your back to the camera is bugging you. You can just turn towards me. It's totally fine. Yeah, just pivot around. So you're just keeping your left leg bent like it's in a half something, and the right leg is moving forward, and you're grabbing the base of the foot. If you can't grab the base of the foot, grab the calf, grab behind the thigh. What I don't want you to do is sink into your lower back. So lengthen and breathe. Good. Keep the lift of the leg. Reach your arms forward and hold. Lift your torso. It's like a half Navasana boat. Lift, hold for 5, for 4. Reach forward with your arms. Lift through your torso. 3, for 2, and 1. Lower the legs. So give the squeeze the knees a squeeze. And I'm just going to pivot around to face the other direction. So bend your right leg in half. Take your left foot flat, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Hug the left leg in. Inhale the breath. And then twist. We're just taking a seated spine twist the other direction. Inhale that breath. Exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. Come back to center. Good. Straighten out your left leg in front of you. So it's going to look like this. My right leg has to stay down. And I want to keep my spine from rounding and nice and lifted. So grab the base of the foot or use your hands behind your calf or behind the thigh. But lift your torso, lift your chest, and breathe into your hamstring. Then keep all that. Don't let it go. Reach your arms forward like a half Navasana. Hold. Draw the deep belly muscles in. For 5, lift a little higher. For 4, for 3, lift up. For 2, and 1, release. Lower both feet down to the ground. Bring your block with you. Lay down on your backs. We'll finish with a drop of back bending. So set yourself up for bridge. Anchor the triceps, lift the tailbone, and lift yourself up. Yeah. So you know if this isn't right for you, you slide a block, you lift the legs, you take a block right underneath for supported. But for a lot of us, just anchoring the backs, the triceps into the mat and lifting from the tailbone to the backs of the knees, you get that nice little back bend. If you want to clasp your hands, you're welcome to. If you're on a block, slide it underneath for the supported version of this, and you'll just stay. You'll clasp your hands around that block. If you feel solid today and you know you want to go into a full wheel, exhale the breath and lower down for a sec. Yeah. Reset, flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest. So if this isn't speaking your language, just stay with what you got going on. Everybody else, lift yourself up for full wheel. Steer your feet forward, your thighs forward, and lift yourself up. If you're on a block, you may want to elevate your legs, like legs up the wall. You got it, Rima. Steer those 2 feet forward and then lift up a little bit higher. Nice work. When you're ready, if you're in a full wheel, exhale your breath and start to come down. If your legs are straight up, bend your knees in half first. Take your feet down to the floor second. I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff. Then remove the block or any objects out from underneath and then lower down. Perfect. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Reach for the outer blades of your feet for a happy baby. Pull your knees down around your rib cage. And today, if you want to hook your big toes and straighten out your legs for like a wide straddle on your back, personally, it doesn't feel great to me, so I don't generally do it. But for some of us, it feels really good to have the legs straight. Feel the lower back kind of melt to the ground. You can give yourself a little hamstring stretch there. Hug your knees in towards your chest and slide into a shavasana. Make yourself super comfy right here. If you have a towel, you have a blanket, you have a bathrobe, put it on. You can get to the last song of the playlist if you want, if you're listening. And for the next minute or two, just shut the outside world off and let your body, your mind, and your breath just kind of go. Take a full deep breath in, and then a loud sigh, deep breath out. Stretch your arms up over the top of your head. Give yourself a really dynamic stretch. Hug your knees to your chest. You can rock up or you can roll to a side and press up. And then sit up in your own way and just be still for a moment. It's really great at the end of the practice to just pause. Just pause and just feel. Every time you get to your mat, it's going to be a little different. That's the cool thing about this stuff. Let the hands come to prayer. Always have gratitude. Bow your head. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Awesome practice, guys. We blitzed that. Really great job. Back at it Friday. Going in person next Thursday, I think. I'm going with a mask. But that's the story. See you soon.